Hello, everyone. In our rapidly evolving digital landscape, in the symbiotic relationship between artificial intelligence and our digital rights has become a focal point of discussion and concern. We are Group 3, and today we are delving into the intricacies of how AI impacts our digital freedom. We'll dissect a real world case, navigate the challenges, and underscore the significance of preserving our rights in this tech driven era. We'll unravel the complexities, explore a real world case, and discuss the importance of safeguarding our digital freedom. In the following presentation, we'll embark on a comprehensive exploration of the intricate relationship between artificial intelligence and digital rights. Our journey begins with an examination of the fundamental principles of digital rights, defining the scope of access, usage, and creation of digital content. We'll delve into established legal frameworks, drawing from global entities such as the UN, World Trade Organizations, and the GDPR to establish the foundation for safeguarding our digital liberties. A focal point of our discussion will be a compelling case study, the Siri lawsuit, providing tangible insights into the legal challenges posed by the AI. Moving forward, we'll analyze the inherent dangers AI presents to our digital rights, assessing violations, potential conflicts with existing rights such as freedom of speech, and the emergence of new issues within outdated regulatory frameworks. By the presentation's end, we aim to provide a holistic outlook emphasizing the paramount importance of responsibility, navigating the intersection between AI and our digital rights in this rapidly evolving technological landscape.
Okay, but first you need to know what are digital rights and why are they so important to you? It is important to expand your knowledge on your rights to the digital world because the responsibilities, accountability, and control might be different than in the real world. Each person needs to know that they can be protected by the laws and rights in the digital age as well. Given the nature of the digital age compared to the human rights in the offline world, it's difficult to come up with laws across borders, as human rights are defined differently in different regions, while the data and individuals easily cross borders on the internet. Nevertheless, majority of the rights applied are from international frameworks such as the United Nations and the World Trade Organization. Digital rights, as already mentioned, should be perceived as an extension of the human rights. Digital rights allow users to access, use, create, and publish digital media. It also includes the access to computers or other electronic devices, as well as access to communication networks. As already mentioned, digital rights should be perceived as an extension of the human rights and thus can be seen as a subset of the human rights that rely mainly on frameworks set and provided by the United Nations, World Trade Organizations, and the General Data Protection Regulation, also known as the GDPR. The GDPR provides a list specifically of data subject rights. These include, for example, the right to erasure and the right to not be subjected to automated decisions. To further highlight the importance of these rights, Pangrazio and Sefton Green pointed out to refer to these rights as rights in the digital age, as the foundation of these rights is embedded and related to the human rights.
There are certain legal issues in relation to AI due to new technologies, and that can be issued into three categories. Number one, violation of rights resulting from new technologies. Different degrees to the intensity of the violation exist. How do we measure the extent of the violations online? Also, determining if privacy is violated in public spaces can be tricky, and there is no black and white to the answer. Number two, conflicting rights resulting from new technologies. This can be any combination of fundamental rights. An example here would be how far the freedom of speech can go until another right is being violated, such as hate speech. Number three, new issues resulting from new technologies for which no rights exist yet. Already existing laws are most often very difficult to apply to the digital age, thus resulting in probably violating individual rights online. It is also in discussion that new frameworks need to be introduced, as a lot of the rights are being pulled from already existing framework that were introduced in a time that looked completely different from the world we live in right now. An example for a case showcasing this problem would be the implementation of a system risiko indication in 2014 leading to a lawsuit. Rakovista and Johan pointed out in their study from 2022 to this lawsuit that new frameworks needed to be introduced to ensure the privacy of the individuals. Siri was used by the Dutch government to detect welfare fraud using data analysis. It was ruled by a Dutch court to violate privacy rights due to lacking safeguards against discrimination as well as transparency in its operations. Information on individuals were collected without the knowledge, and since this information has been processed by algorithms that were further training by themselves, no explanation could be provided on the selection of individuals for the potential fraud by the system. This also leads to another problem, the danger for profiling. The system could very much create links based on biases such as having an immigration background or having a lower socioeconomic status. The plaintiffs luckily realized the violation of their rights and successfully applied to the digital age and thus won the case. Further, there are dangers of AI to digital rights. Artificial intelligence is affecting many parts of our lives and continues to further expand. But what about AI regarding digital rights? As mentioned before, the lack of transparency is a huge problem that needs to be addressed. In the past, individuals have been denied on flights, refused loans or jobs because the decisions were processed through software and could not be explained. Even though laws now exist to keep governmental algorithms in place, there is still no guarantee in the explanation and background of the process. Second is the issue of unfairness, bias, and discrimination. We have already discussed this issue in the Sairi case, but this is still a problem that has been repeatedly mentioned. Some examples where discrimination through AI could appear are automated selection of candidates for job interviews and the use of risk scores in creditworthiness or trials, which is similar to the Sairi case. Further, the lack of accountability poses a big risk. How do we determine who is responsible when something goes wrong? Lastly, the issue regarding intellectual property needs to be mentioned as well. As AI is able to generate content on demand, for example, pictures or music, it is not exactly easy to identify the creator. Is it the person that asked AI to generate content, or is it the party that the AI belongs to? Who is the rightful owner?
In summary, human rights in the digital age are a global concern that impacts every individual on Earth. The rights pertaining to the digital world must evolve to keep pace with the rapid development of new technologies. While acknowledging that current frameworks may be outdated, the key lies in extending these existing frameworks, making necessary adjustments to suit the digital landscape. Privacy, transparency, and the need for protection remain significant concerns, particularly in Europe, where these issues are highly debated. It's crucial to recognize that AI is not inherently malevolent. It has the potential to safeguard human rights and contribute positively. As emphasized by the European Commission, the people are at the center. Digital technologies should protect these people's rights. This underscores the importance of placing individuals at the forefront of digital advancements, ensuring that technology serves to protect and uphold their rights.
So now you might be asking yourselves, what can be done? Well, we have listed some ideas that include the limitation of implementation of AI, for example. In the early development of the stages, the boundaries and limitations should be determined and implemented. Furthermore, you can also advocate for rights to be applied in a digital world by reaching out to NGOs, or just simply be aware of your rights and share your knowledge with the people around you. We also have two awesome recommendations for you. The Digital Freedom Fund offers a great collection of reasons and rights to be applied and considered part of the digital right. It's beautiful to look at, and you can gain further insight on your rights. The European Commission also offers an overview on the European digital rights and principles. As you can see on this little laptop here, you can even acquire more knowledge on the website and also test your knowledge and gain even further knowledge in a fun game on the website. So go enjoy. For further insight, please refer to these resources. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying until the end.